Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of chess. We are back for another episode here today, guys. We're only going to play maybe one or maybe two games, maybe three if they're relatively quick, fast games. But I realized I hadn't played any chess on the channel for ages. I've got the stats all set up just down here. I've got the sub count looking all good and haven't played any. You can see that my rating is at 1374, which is, it's okay for where I'm just kind of starting out with this account and trying to get some results going my way. We haven't lost yet, which is very nice, but we also haven't really had a game where I don't think I've had a mistake-free game is what I mean. Wow, look, if we win this game, it's 44 points bonus for us, but if we lose it's 42 down. Okay, I'm just going to bring the knight out, kind of expecting that one. I don't think I want to do that, so I'm just going to slide past, and then eventually that's the idea, which won't be allowed. So we could throw a check, get something going on here. They could block, or they could block. Let's just throw out the d4. Okay, that's fine. And then that. Okay, I think now I'm okay with hitting the check. Was that the right idea? Well, I don't know. But that's a good block to be making now. And then I guess I could just... Oh, I can just block with that, so that's not really available as much. Because obviously that wasn't available anyway because of this here bishop. Okay, it's all good. I just need to kind of keep myself thinking as we go and get a castle in soon. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's doubled up. We can take that as a freebie, but I'm not, do I want to? I think I will. I think I'll just take it. That comes back at me. How interesting. Just block. Yep, that's fine. That's available, but that's fine. And then that's available. I think maybe that pawn should have gone forward first, actually. But, oh well. I think maybe that's my first little mistake of this game. In fact, there's probably others that I don't even realize, to be honest. Okay, so we'll go with that. I guess this is also available in a second. I think I just... So if I do that... Yeah, I think I'll just take. That's still available. I could throw this out. And stop any sort of shenanigans here. And we'll bring you forward and send you back. Because, well, you might come forward. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Oh, 40 rating points on the line. Yeah, that knight could come across there, couldn't it? Especially if the queen does come forward, then that knight moving across here is an instant threat over there. So are you going to bring the queen forward? That's the question. Is that what you're after? You're going to get involved with some fisticuffs with my knight on b1. No, they're not. Okay, that's fine. So across we go. This knight's still very much blocked off here because they'd have to bring that. Yeah, look, I mean, you're not really going anywhere, are you? Let's throw you forward. Even there's an option to do that. Because if that knight comes in there, what does it actually gain? It's covering some important squares, but I could even march the king out and try and threaten. Can't go here because this queen isn't there yet. And if it did, then you can come up. Okay, I'm going to bring the knight across and start targeting here where things are a little bit more open. I mean, I'm open all over the place, aren't I? Look, I've got the only pawn that hasn't come off its base square, its starting square, is the f pawn. Now you bring it involved, as expected. Okay, so you come forward to double up my defenders on the e pawn. Okay. I will just... No, I don't think I want to take, because that opens you up. But I will do it anyway, because at the moment that's there. Then we'll throw you away. Right, I've got a bit quiet because I got a bit thinking. This queen is now in the position I wish this knight was in. So if I come back here, that check's no longer on because it's defended. And this is now open. But it's actually not because the queen comes across and then takes. My queen would be open. So I've got to get this queen away. At the moment, I'm just threatening the rook. That's basic. That's the first step in the plan. I'm threatening the rook. The rook has to move, take my rook. I'm also threatening, but of course I'm threatening with the queen and the rook. It depends on what they want to do. This comes back, then I just take. So that's why I've gone back here, as well as opening up the fork over here. But of course, if you do that, then the queen comes across. Then you can't take the rook because you are leaving your queen open. It's very there's things. There's things. Interesting. Okay, so now what I'm doing, which is again quite simple on the face of it, is throwing out a checkmate threat. Because okay, there we go. So you've gotten away from that by. So now check. And then the knight is open. Knight is mine. It's either king comes across or some kind of block. But everything no, yeah, all kinds of block end up with. Okay, there we go. That's it. That's fine. Um I'll just have the knight. Have the knight and then that's available. And that's available. Oh no, that's not available. You are giving I'm taking the knight. I'm giving this up. Which was fine. Okay. Oh, see if that comes across. Does that then go there? I think it does. So if I go forward here, I'm threatening here. So I think I'm just going to do it, knowing that if that rook comes across, I've still got that. Because obviously the pawn is there defending, so there is no defense there. I'm taking a minute, a little bit extra, in fact. Okay, that's now an issue. This would just be me kicking the... You know what? I'm just going to do it because of time. I haven't given myself enough time to figure out if it's the right move or not. But Of course. Okay, 1-for-1. That's defended, but now I need to get you out of here. My knight is not worth a lot right now. So we'll attack what we can, knowing that if that moves, then... Okay. Across to take this. If you move forward, it's okay. Yeah. 59 seconds. I do not got time here. Mine. Now we've got... Okay, now I've got the threat on the rook itself. And you check. I bring the king forward anyway. You take here. That's fine. That's fine. Check. Check. And the rook is mine. I'm struggling to figure this out quickly. Ah, did it! Oh, wow. I was struggling to figure that out quickly. But we got it done. We got it done in the end. There were definite mistakes in there. Absolutely, there were. Wow, 18 minutes. Dang. 18 minutes on that one. 4 great moves. 24 best and 5 excellent, but... we go... I think it'll only be one game in today's episode, because I don't think I have time for another one right now. So... this is where it's still even. I'm a little bit in favor. Now I'm not. Now I'm actually down a pawn. Now I'm down 1.5, and now I'm even again. So that knight move was the incorrect move. And that was the incorrect move because it opened up. There we go. So I was threatening, but obviously the queen can just dip back, you know, and cut off all the options. You don't have to move the pawn, but now you've given me the knight. Again, threatening the checkmate, and now I'm just up. And was somehow able to see this out. So here, I really thought they were just going to take. That's actually a draw. Look at that. I've given them a draw. This is also a draw. And then it's the... Okay, so There were definite mistakes in there. Somewhat maybe even obvious mistakes in there that I'm missing, but it's part of the game. It's the stress of thinking when you've only got 35 seconds left on the clock or whatever, but managing to pull through nonetheless. So let's update the stats over here with how do I do that? There we go. So that's now played 8, won 7, and I need to figure out the percentage real quick. So 87.5. I probably could have worked that out, not gonna lie. 87.5 on the win percentage. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Updating it on the fly like a pro. I'm absolutely not. Anyway, there we go, guys. Another win on the board. Another win in the journey I am taking on this channel with some chess. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed that episode. It was that game as well. You know, I'm not really gonna lie. I'm not the best chess player. I have fun with it, and I try and work out the games and try and work out the puzzles as we play. And if we win, we win, and if we don't, we don't. And so far, we haven't lost, which isn't bad. And let's just see how long we can make that last. So, thank you for watching. I shall catch you next time.